Happy Sunday. I am headed to church, but I was just thinking how, grace is so easy until you have to actually be gracious with someone. I was reading in the book of Acts, and Paul and Silas are in jail. Something happens, and basically the doors to where they're staying, all of that is unlocked. So the jailer, once he realized what's happening, he's ready to kill himself because the jail is unlocked. And what could be assumed is that he is thinking that those who were in jail are no longer in jail. They have escaped, and he would have been held accountable for that. But Paul says, hey, don't hurt yourself, right? And it just made me think how grace really is able to change and impact lives. I mean, I know the grace of God has impacted my life beyond what I can believe. But Paul's grace towards this guy literally did change the direction of his life. He's ready to kill himself because he is assuming that he has made a big mistake and is going to be held accountable. And Paul's like, hey man, no, don't hurt yourself. And because of that grace, this man's life is forever changed. And long story short, he asks Paul some questions and eventually becomes a believer of Jesus. So it just makes me think, who do I need to show some grace to? Right? And if you are somebody who I'm close to, you're like, girl, you know who you need to show some grace to, so do it. But grace does have the power to change people's lives. And ultimately, it is the grace of God, right, that changes people's lives. But we can actually play a role in that. And so, I don't know. I was just thinking about that on the way to church. And the reason grace is so hard is because there's actually some sort of offense, right? There's something that there's a reason that you need to extend grace. If everything was good and everybody was happy and okay, grace is not a part of the equation. But when something goes wrong, there's an offense, there's some sort of pain inflicted, whether emotionally, physically, all of that, then grace is needed. And so anyway, I hope you all enjoy your Sunday, but those are just some very brief thoughts as I'm on my way to church. All right, y'all. Bye.